Hi everybody, this is Rhys Barber from Audiology Associates. Thank you very much for watching our video today. We've got a wax extraction video for you today. This is a slightly longer video than we normally publish. What we have with this client, they attended clinic this morning to have some wax removed from their ear. They've had irrigation done in the past towards the end of last year, but found they managed to clear one ear, but not clear the other. So they've asked us to take a look at that for them today because they've been having some reduced hearing and some tinnitus, which they've attributed to the wax buildup. Now, when we took a look in the ear, we could see that the ear canal itself was completely occluded with wax. Wasn't the easiest of views because we had the wax was very close to the outer part of the ear canal, lots of very fine downy hairs just obscuring our view a little bit. So we had to keep the endoscope quite far out, so I apologise for the hairs getting in the way of the view every so often, but that was the case for taking this piece of wax out, unfortunately. So what we started with was the Zollner tube, and we used a standard size Zollner to go in, remove the wax that we could see on the outer part of the ear canal. When we took a look past that wax, then after that had been removed, we noticed that there were lots of long strips of skin all wrapped around a piece of wax much deeper seated in the ear canal. So I opted to use the crocodile forceps to remove the skin and some of the harder and larger pieces of wax. Now, the reason I've used the crocodile forceps rather than using the JOBSON horn or the Zollner tube to remove them, by using the Zollner tube, when we suction skin, especially long strips of skin, unless you get a really good grip and it completely blocks the end of the suction so you can get a really good grip on it to remove it, that's all the skin does. It gets sucked into the end of the machine and vibrates back and forth, which causes a high-pitched squeaking sound, which isn't very comfortable for the client when we're carrying out the procedure. The reason we're not using the JOBSON horn on the skin, you'll see in a few minutes we go through and we use the JOBSON horn just to demonstrate why it doesn't work so well on these particular bits of skin, but it will break away and it won't come out in long strips. What I'm trying to do with the crocodile forceps is get a grip on this skin and just maneuver it out of the canal. Some of this wax is going to be sitting on top of almost like a little layer of skin, it's like a little kind of sledge of skin if you like, so as you pull it, it will bring some of the wax down with it. So here's the JOBSON horn going in now. We can see that we get a grip on some of the skin, but what you'll see here is it's just sliding underneath the horn. We're not really getting a good grip on it, and when we do, it just breaks off in tiny pieces. So we're not really gaining much by using the JOBSON horn on this wax. So we really need to clear all these bits of skin and debris from the outer part of the canal, which will allow us to get to this more clay-like wax that's sitting behind it. So you can see me just lifting the wax away from the canal wall there. You can start to see as we pull the skin, it pulls the wax behind it there. There we are, just getting another grip on some more. It's really frustrating because as we get a grip on this skin, it looks like it's going to tear away in big pieces, but we're getting these little bits just shedding off it. But we are slowly working our way down the canal and removing all these pieces. There we are, just pulling it forward. You can see every time we pull up the skin, another bit of wax just moves forward. So we're constantly pulling it to the front of the ear canal. Now, people always ask why we use certain tools to do certain jobs. Now, in this particular case, the reason I haven't gone in with a JOBSON horn to try and remove the wax issue behind, or a St. Bart's hook or an earwax hook, is because I can't see, there's no obvious gap around that wax, which means that I'm going to be going in blind with a tool, and that's the last thing you want to be doing because we have no idea how far down this wax goes, and we could be causing a little abrasion on the side of the ear canal, so you run the risk of infection and things like that, which is the reason I've not opted to use those. With the crocodile forceps, I'm only working on what I can see at the front, and we're constantly pulling more and more skin. You can just see how much was in here. This ear literally just kept giving and giving and giving. That every time we took another piece out, there was more behind it. The reason I wanted to showcase this particular video as well, it shows you that even experienced audiologists like myself, we still have difficulty sometimes removing wax. It just goes to show that they're not always as quick and as straightforward as most of the videos you see. You do come across these harder to remove pieces. I think it gives you guys, the viewers, a really accurate view of what microsuction and what wax removal can be like sometimes. So it's not always as easy as it looks in the videos, but we are just coming to some of the waxy pieces now. You can just see we're just getting grips on some of these pieces of wax, but as we maneuver it, you'll see this skin. You can just see it lifting now. As I lift that Zollner tube up there, that skin just underneath. So make sure we get a really good grip on that. It looks like I'm being quite rough, but just remember this skin is embedded into the wax, so that it's not causing a patient any discomfort. It's just really holding on in there quite tightly. So we're making this circular movement just to maneuver this skin, which is the reason the camera's a little bit shaky at the moment. So you can see you see how tough that skin is. We're really having to pull it, but now you can start to see that soft clay-like wax behind it. Now what we're hoping will happen now is when we get a grip on the skin, it will bring that soft and clay-like wax forwards and bring it down the canal to make it easier for us to take out with the JOBSON horn. So you can see we're just manoeuvring that. You can see it's just pulling that wax and skin down the canal. There it is. It's all working its way down. There comes more skin. There we go. And it's pulled that clay-like wax to the entrance of the canal now. So we're going in with the JOBSON horn, going over the top of the wax just to manoeuvre it and roll it forward. So we're going to roll it out of the ear canal. It's just on its way down now. There we are. We can see it manoeuvring, just getting behind it. And there's more again, so we're going behind that. There we are, manoeuvring that. There we are. And there's more again, so going behind it to pull it again. There we are. And there's the large clump of wax that was causing the issue. When we look in there, lovely shiny eardrum, no wax left in that canal. And this is what we took out. So there's a good variation of different size pieces of wax there, all together about 3 centimeters in length, laid side by side. Well, thank you very much again for watching our video. If you do like our videos, then please subscribe and please comment. We love to get your comments. It really helps us to tailor our videos. Take care.